Okay. Hari Om. Should we start with Shanti Mantra? We chant 3 Omkars. Sahanavatu, Shuklam Bardaram, Guru Brahma. Okay. Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyaye Sarva Vighnopasantaye Om Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Pranams to all of you. Thanks for your kind words that you used during introduction. This reminds me of one instance with what Pujya Brahmaji told once in one of his sessions. Seems somebody had come, it was a Purnima day, full moon day, and in that full moon day, you know how the moon will be so bright, brilliant. And he had come late night, fully drunk, fully spirited. And when he came and saw, this moon was looking crooked, out of shape. Then he called his wife. See, moon has become crooked, out of shape. His wife came and saw. She said, dear, moon is all. Hey, see! She understood. She said, okay dear, moon will be all right after 3 hours. Then he called his son, Raju. Hey Raju, see, moon has become crooked. His 14-year-old boy, he saw, the moon was all right. Then he said, Papa, moon is okay. Hey, see! He understood. He also told the same, Papa, moon will be all right after 3 hours. 3 hours gone, his intoxication reduced. And then he came home and saw moon perfect. He called his wife, his son, see, moon has become all right. Nothing had happened to the moon. The moon had appears crooked because, not because anything wrong with the moon, it was something wrong here. It is the eyes, you know, suppose you see through yellow glasses, everything looks yellow. Through green glasses, green. Red glasses, green. The world is same, it is the glasses through which I see, it is what projects. The world is projected by our mind. Mind is like the glasses. The mind colors it. So suppose you find in your family, people are not all right, your spouse, your children, your mother-in-law, they are not all right, and the neighbors not all right, and the colleagues are not all right. There is no problem with them, but it is a problem in our mind. The moment we find something wrong with people, things we must understand. So when Mr. Vasudev spoke good words about me, what does it show? His mind. He has got a pure mind, so he sees everything. I hope. And in fact, there is greater Vedanta in this. The whole world is projected by our mind, colored by the mind. When we outgrow the mind, there is no world at all. There are no things, there are no beings, nobody. All this is projected by our mind. In fact, that is the greatest Vedanta. We have been discussing this Taittiriya Upanishad, and briefly about this Taittiriya Upanishad. You know, this is one of the major Upanishads. And major means what? The acharyas, all Shankara, Madhva, Ramanuja, have all written commentaries. They are called major. The other Upanishads are called Lagu. Not that they have any lesser content, but these three acharyas have written to these. So it is called major Upanishad. Taittiriya is one such. And the speciality of this Taittiriya Upanishad we had learned is that Acharya Shankara took this as the first Upanishad to write the commentary. It's a very, very glorious Upanishad. And we had seen it has got 3 chapters. The first chapter is called Shikshavalli, that we have seen thoroughly. It gives all the rules, grammar rules, how to chant and what are the various upasanas. Shikshavalli is basically to prepare ourselves so that we are fit to receive the next chapter. The second chapter, which we have started discussing, is called Brahmanandavalli, Anandavalli, Brahmanandavalli, the second chapter. And the third chapter is Bhruguvalli. And in this Upanishad we saw in the beginning, this Upanishad started with, there is a method. I am going to the beginning, first 3 lines of this Brahmanandavalli. And there is first what is called as Sutra Vakya. Because it is very important, we need to know about that. It says, Brahma vidapnoti param. Brahma vid param apnoti. That person who knows Brahman attains that. That is called the Sutra Vakya of this Brahmanandavalli. And then, next portions, a small portion, is called Vritti, Visa, Tadesha Vyukta Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma Yo Veda Nihidam Guhayam Parame Vyoman So Oshnute Sarvan Kamaan Sa Brahmana Vipaschiteti. This, in the beginning, Tadesha, this, there is a mention of Yajur Mantra. This this Taittiriya is an Yajurveda Upanishad, but there is a mention of Ruk Mantra, Tadesha Vyukta. What does it say? Satya Jnanam Anantam Brahma Vipaschita iti. Iti, close. Those days, there was no full stop commas. All these Vedas came from somebody's mouth to somebody's inside through the ear. There was no books. There was no full stop and commas. They used to say, when you say end, iti. So up from Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma to that is the Rug mantra, and which gives the essence of this Upanishad, of this portion, of the Brahmanandavalli of this portion. So the 3 questions we let us remind ourselves is, number 1, what is Brahman? This question should come to all of us. The number 1 question is, what is Brahman? Second is, how to attain Brahman? And what do we mean by moksha? These are the 3 which are briefly answered in this. It is called brief commentary. The original is the Sutra Vakya. What is that? Brahma Vidapnoti Param. That's it. Next we have the little expansion. Brief commentary on the Sutra Vakya up to Upasthitayati. From then onwards, Tasmadva, from then onwards, it is a complete elaboration of what has been told in the Vritti. So number one, Sutra, Vritti, elaborate commentary. And from then onwards, till the end of this entire Brahmanandavalli is detailed commentary of what is told in the second portion. Sutra, Vakya, Vritti and Vyakyanam is given. And this Upanishad is very, very famous for to attain Brahman. There is a mention called, this is famous for what is called as Pancha Kosha Viveka. That also we have seen. Pancha Kosha Viveka. We have the koshas. Koshas are the sheaths, like there is a sword. Outside the sword there is a sheath. Sword and sheath. And assume there are 5 sheaths. They are called Annamaya Kosha, sheath. Then Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya, and then inside is that Supreme. The grossest is the Annamaya. It talks about our anatomy. The second is called the Pranamaya, the next physiological sheath, and then mind, mental sheath, intellectual sheath, and Vijnanamaya, Ananda sheath. These 5 sheaths we had seen in the last class, they represent the 3 bodies also. We have the gross body, the subtle body and the causal body. Gross body is similar to Annamaya Kosha. Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya is the subtle body, Sukshma Sharira. And the bliss sheath is our Karana Sharira. Stula, Sukshma, Karana Sharira. They are represented by Annamaya, then Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, and then the Anandamaya Kosha. And this technique that is adopted is that we have to go inner and inner and inner. Annamaya is the outer sheath. Next inner is Pranamaya. Next inner, Manomaya. Then Vijnanamaya. Anandamaya. Inner means in Vedanta that which is subtler. The grossest of the sheaths is Annamaya. And then it goes subtler. Subtler is inside. Second definition in Vedanta of subtlety is that which pervades more is called subtler, number 2. And the subtler controls the grosser. And subtler cannot be perceived by the grosser. These are the basic definitions that we must, this is applicable to all Upanishads. So, last class, here, there is what is called, they have to take, ultimately what we have to know, I have to realize that Supreme Brahman. There we are taken step by step inside, and we had what is called as a Upasana, a technique. We called it as a technique. First, this we understood is like a staircase technique. The first we take the Annamaya and we consider that, and we do the Upasana of the Vyashti Annamaya into Samashti Anna. Vyashti and Samashti, the limited and the unlimited. Everything is a combination. Samashti is the broader. And we had seen, we have what is called as Vishwa, Tejasa, Prajna at this body level. And at the macro level, at the Samashti level, it is Virat, Hiranyagarbha and Antaryami. So we have the gross, subtle and this. Vyashti is the microcosm and Vyashti is the, Samashti is the macrocosm. So when we do this, first we did the upasana of the Annamaya Kosha. Then we found out, in reality, we started doing the upasana of the Annamaya and Anna, means Samashti Annam. And then we started doing. And then we found Anna is Brahman, the first step. And then slowly we realized that Anna, Samashti Anna, Samashti Annamaya is Samashti, Veshti is Annam, Samashti is Annam, Annamaya is Veshti, Anna is Samashti. We found out that Anna is Atma. We started meditating. And then we realized, no, that Anna is also Anatma. Then there must be something deeper. Then we went and started the next step of our staircase is we started seeing Pranamaya as Atma. And while doing it, then we started doing upasana of the Pranamaya, Vyashti Pranamaya on Samashti Prana. And then for doing this upasana, we took what is called as the human body. We have got the Shira. We started Dakshina Pakshaha, Uttara Pakshaha, Atma Pratishta. We'll have to remember this. Shiraha is the top. And when you are facing east, what is on the right is the Dakshina Paksha. Assume that this is east. If that is east, this is Dakshina. This portion is the Dakshina Paksha. And this portion is the Uttara Paksha. And this portion is called the Atma. And the bottom is Prishtam. And we started meditating the various pranas, Vyashti Prana. And we started meditating, and then we saw the Samashti Prana in this. And we started going deeper, and the Prana became the Atman. That is where we had stopped. Now we have done meditation, upasana of the Pranamaya Kosha. Now we will continue. Please, we lead and follow. This is Anuvaka number 3. Pranam Deva Anuprananti. Please repeat. Manushya Pasavaschaye Prano hi bhutanamayo Tasmat sarvaishamuchyate Sarvamevata ayuryanti E pranam brahmopasate Prano hi bhutanam ayuho Tasmat sarvaishamuchyata iti. We'll read it together. Pranam deva anuprananti manushya pasavaschaye prano hi bhutanamayu tasmat sarvayushamuchyate sarvamevata ayuryanti e pranam brahmopasate prano hi bhutanamayu tasmat sarvaishamuchyata iti. That's it. And what is that? The beginning is because in the last class we had discussed, it said tatasyesha shlokaha bhavati. There was the upasana of the prana, and there it was said in this context there is a Ruk mantra. So this portion starts with a Ruk mantra. What we have chanted just now is a Ruk mantra pertaining to that prana maya and prana upasana. On pranamaya, pranamaya, we are doing it on the prana. Pranamaya is Vyashti, prana is Samashti. He says, Pranam Deva Anuprananti. Anuprananti means what? All these, he says, Devaha, Manushyaha, Pashavaha. All these, all the Devas. Devatas, you know, the various parts of the body, they have got the Devatas. They are functioning because of the Devatas. You don't need to go and find out where is this Deva, that Deva. Each part of the body, there is one presiding power which is called the Deva. Devaha. And then Manushyaha, the human beings. And then the Pashavu represents all the animals. All these, yes, Deva Anuprananti, they are all having life because of this prana. All human beings are alive because of the prana tattva. I hope all of us are alive. Why? Because there is a prana tattva. How many of you are alive? Let me see the hands at least. Alive. Oh, okay. That you are able to lift your hand because of that prana tattva. And that we are all having prana because of that power. And he says, all these things are alive because of the prana tattva. Prano hi bhutanam ayuho. Bhutanam ayuho pranaha. The life of all beings, bhutanam ayuho pranaha. All this life of all things is because of blessings of prana. Now we must understand. Now we are understanding pranamaya and prana. Pranamaya is Vyashti, prana Samashti. Here prana means Samashti prana. It has got a name. In Vedanta it is called Hiranya Garbha. You know, Samasta Anna is called Virat. And now Samashti Prana is called Hiranyagarbha. Means life of all human beings, of all in the universe is called the Hiranyagarbha. He says, Pranaha hi bhutanam ayuho. So, Tasmat sarva ayushyam uchyate. That means all these things have got power because of this pranic energy. Pranic energy, people do something, they pranic healing they do. They get, that is why some people also bless people with like this. Means what do they really do? They invoke the grace, they collect the power from Surya, who is the Samashti, representative of the Samashti Prana, and that, when they get that power, they bless you. That is the kind of blessing. So here it says, Sarva Ayushyam Uchyate. All this is because of the Samashti Pranaha. And it says, Ye Pranam Brahma Upasate. Whoever does this meditation, Upasana. Now we have to do the Upasana. Upasana of what? Upasana of, on the Vyashti, we must see the Samashti. And we said, Annamaya, we do the Upasana, Annam. Pranamaya, Vyashti, we do the Upasana, Prana. Prana is Samashti, Pranamaya is Vyashti, limited. And who does that? That means we have to see that Samashti Prana in the Vyashti. And then what will happen? Prano hi bhutanamayu tasmat sarvaisha muchyate. Ye pranam brahma upasate. Whoever does the upasana of the Samashti Prana on the micro, then what he will get? That's why he will get the longevity and all other benefits will happen. He says, Pranamaya Upasana, when we do this Samashti Prana and the Veshti Pranamaya, the benefit is that you will get a full life, longevity. Longevity. That is only when you do Upasana with a Sakama Upasana. Please understand, we have told repeatedly, I am not going to details. In any Upasana there are two. One is Sakama Upasana. I have a desire of the things in the materialistic world. When you do that, you get that. When you do the Sakama Upasana of this, he assures that you will get Dirgha Ashu, long life, and then that means there won't be any accidental premature death. This is for those who do Upasana with Sakama. But as people in the spiritual field, you must have something higher. I don't think any of you would like to have only long life. We must think for a minute and understand, why am I living? What is the purpose for which I have come to this world? Why should I live? The ultimate purpose of all of us, sooner we understand, the better it is, that I have to have realization, Atma Sakshatkar, Mukti. And if I am doing this Upasana with Nishkama, what will happen? Now we are going to the benefit of Upasana. If it is Sakama, you will get small benefit, like you may have longer life, no accidental death, longer life. But when you do Nishkama Upasana, asking for nothing, then what is the benefit? The three benefits will happen, three effects will happen. Chitta Shuddhi, Chitta Visharata, Chitta Ekagrata. Please understand this very, very well. Chitta Shuddhi means because our mind becomes pure. And Chitta Visharata. Please understand, for a moment start thinking that you are doing the entire prana of all beings you are seeing in Vishvesti. Then your mind becomes broader. This is called Chitta Visharata. Our mind becomes broader. And then we will have what is called as Chitta Ekagrata. We will be able to have a single pointed mind. Then what will happen? The benefit of this is that we become eligible to enter into the next kosha, next stage of Upasana. We had Annamaya Upasana, then we had Pranamaya Upasana. When we do this, then we become fit for the next stage. We have got some more steps. Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya. Ultimately I have to reach that. And this is the benefit that we are going to get. So this is a technique called a container content technique. First we saw Annamaya was the container and the content is Annam. Or in other words, Sharira is Annam. Sharira Atma is the content. And next step we go, we see the subtler ones becomes our Sharira. So Pranamaya also we saw last time that we started doing the Upasana of Prana, Apana. I hope you remember all the Pancha Pranas. There it was, we did not do the Upasana and Udana. Udana because Udana it rarely happens. It doesn't always happen. The reverse process. The process where the physiological functions, where you get we get tears once in a way, and vomiting, and then sneezing. These which will not normally happen, which will happen once in a way, that is called Udana. That doesn't happen. So that particular aspect was not covered when we did Upasana on the Pranamaya. So now what we happen? Now we have expanded our mind with this upasana that we did in the last class, what happened is what? Our mind has, because we did not do sakama upasana, so what happened to us? Our mind becomes chitta shuddhi, chitta visharata, chitta ekagrata, and we become fit to the next level of upasana. Tasmat sarvasya vishyate. So we will take the next portion, continue. Tasyaisha eva sharira atma. Please repeat. Purvasya tasmadvaye tasmat pranamayat anyontara atma manomaya tenaisha purnaha savayesha purusha vidayeva tasya purusha vidatam anvayam purusha vidaha tasya yajureva shiraha rugdakshina pakshaha samottara pakshaha adesha atma atarvangirasa pucham pratishta tadapyesha shloko bhavati. We'll read it together. Tasyaisha eva sharira atma purvasya tasmadhyaye tasmat panamayat anyontara atma manomaya tenaisha purnaha savayesha purusha vidayeva tasya purusha vidatam anvayam purusha vidaha tasya yajureva shiraha rugdakshina pakshaha samottara pakshaha adesha atma atarvangirasa cham pratishta sadaspesha shloko bhavati. Now we are going to the next stage. Tasya yesha sharira atma. Yap purvasya, this pranamaya which we have taken now, purvasya is the other one, the earlier one. Annamaya is the other one. We have now done the upasana of the pranamaya. Tasya yesha means pranamaya. Sharira atma. It becomes the sharira for annamaya. Now annamaya has become anatma. Now we are seeing pranamaya as atma. And purvasya means what? You see that? Tasyaisa eva shariratma. Yeah, purvasya. Purvasya was what was told before. What was told before? Annamaya. And now he says, now this pranamaya is becoming the content and the container is annamaya. Please remember the sheets. One inside, one inside, one inside. Inside means, number one definition, subtler. That means more pervasive. Means control. Subtle controls the grasser. That is why subtle is called inside. And subtle is more pervasive. Now, pranamaya is, now we are taking it as inside. Means what? That becomes the content and the annamaya becomes the container. And now annamaya, now we have gone from anatomy to physiology. Anatomy is annamaya. Now we have gone to the physiology. And he says this we have done the invocation of the Vyashti Pranamaya and Samashti Pranam. Tasmadvo etasmat. Now we have seen Prana as Samashti Prana is the Atman. Atman. Now we are seeing, we are going little deeper. Now he says Tasmadvo etasmat Pranamayat. Then this Pranamaya, then this etasmat Pranamayat Anyaha Antaraha Atma. So inside, we had seen from Annamaya, we have seen the Pranamaya. Now inside the Pranamaya, there is something Anyaha, which is different from Antaraha. Inside is the Manomaya. So we are going to the next step. Annamaya, first we saw, and we did the Upasana of the Annam and the Annamaya. Then we found Anna is Atman. Then we got Pranamaya. And Prana we saw as the Atman. Now our mind is becoming subtler. Now we are going to the next step. He says, this different from Etasmat Pranamayat Anyaha, which is different from Pranamaya. He says, Anyaha means different. Antaraha, inside. What do we have? Manomayaha. Manomayaha. Now, Manomayaha we consider as Atman. So what happens to Pranamaya now? It becomes Anatma. It becomes, and there is a technique which is called, now Pranamaya has become Anatma, and it becomes, this is called Anatma Nishchayaha. Pranamaya, which we thought as Prana, is now becoming Anatma, and because of that it becomes a Karyatva Nishchayaha, means it becomes the effect. Everything is Karya Karana. We always go from Karya to Karana, and that Karana becomes Karya. Again there is one more Karana, and that becomes Karana, and then like that. We are going step by step staircase technique, and now this Pranamaya has become what? Anatma. Anatma Nishchayaha, and then Karyatva Nishchayaha, and it has got Nama Rupatva Nishchayaha. Nama Rupatma, it has got the name and form. So it has got what is called as a borrowed existence. Because of the borrowed existence, it gets the status called Mithyatma Nishchaya. It now becomes Mithya, and because it becomes Mithya, it is non-existent. Now Pranamaya has become Anatma, Karya, Namarupa, Mithya. And now we are going to the next stage, Manomayaha. And now this Manomayaha, you see what have we read? Pranamayaha, Anyantara Atma Manomaya, Ten Aisha Purnaha. We said subtle envelops the grosser. Now the subtler than Pranamaya is Manomaya. This Manomaya envelops everything. Tenaisha Purnaha. And then this Manomaya fills up what? Pranamaya. And we had seen Pranamaya fills up Annamaya. Though what happens now? Manomaya fills up the Pranamaya, which in turn fills up the entire Annamaya. So among the three, Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Manomaya is the subtlest of the three. That is why we call sheath, inside. It's a great mention of understanding this. Inside, Tenaisha Purnaha. This fills up everything. And now we have to do the Upasana of what? Manomaya Kosha. Then what we have to do? But to do this, there is no form. For Annamaya, this anatomy we had. Shiraha, what? Dakshina, Uttara, Atma, Prushta we had. But Manomaya, like the Pranamaya also we had a similar report. He says, Sava Yesha Purusha Vida Eva. This takes the form of Pranamaya. But we saw in the last when we were doing the Upasana of Pranamaya, Pranamaya also has got no conceivable form. So it took the shape of Annamaya. So here, for our meditation, he says, for our Upasana, Sava Yesha Purusha Ida Eva, it takes the Akara of Pranamaya, which borrowed it from the Annamaya. I hope it's clear. Annamaya, Sa Esha Purusha Eva, and that means the container is the Manushya Akara. Manushya Akara means what? In here for Upasana we are taking Shiraha, Dakshina Pakshaha, Uttara Pakshaha, Atma, Pucham Pratishta. So this Manomaya Akasha will take the same Manushya form. What are the forms? What is the form? Please repeat. Shiraha, Dakshina Pakshaha, Uttara Pakshaha, Atma, Pucham Pratishta. That is what we have seen. Please see that what we have understood. Tasya Purusha Vidatam, Anvayam Purusha Vidaha. Now we have to do the Upasana on this human form. Repeat. Tasya Yajureva Shiraha. Yajureva means what? This Shiraha, I want you to start doing the Upasana. Please start imagining the human form. This is to be done. Upasana is to be done. Now we are understanding. You must sit for some time, and right now also you can see. Close your eyes and start seeing. Tasya, when we chant, this is not to be mechanically chanted. Tasya Yajureva Shiraha. Please close your eyes and sit straight and start seeing on the Shiras Yajuhu. Yajurveda mantra. Please start seeing on the head. Start seeing. Ruk Dakshina Pakshaha. On the right side, when you are facing east, on the right side of your body, you start seeing what? Veda mantras. Are you seeing? Okay. And on the second, the left side, we all chanted Samottara Pakshaha. Uttara Pakshaha, that is on the left side when you are facing east. There you start seeing Sama mantras. Start seeing. And then Adesha Atma in the middle portion. Adesha means all Vedic injunctions. Please start seeing. All the commandments of all the Vedic mantras. Start seeing in the middle portion. You are seeing a human body. Shiraha, Dakshina Pakshaha, Uttara Pakshaha, Atma. And the bottom portion, the support, Atharvangirasa, Pucham Pratishta. Atharvana Veda mantra, start seeing in the Pucham. See it again. I'll chant the mantra. Start seeing. Tasya Ejure Vashiraha, Rukdakshina Pakshaha, Samottara Pakshaha, Adesha Atma, Atharvangirasa Pucham Pratishta. Start seeing. Continue to start seeing. While I am talking, please listen to this. Why are we using this word on the head? Rug mantra. Rug mantra is the prominent mantra of all the Vedas, which is generally used in all offering of ahutis. Please start seeing. Please start doing the upasana of the Rug mantra on the Shiras. You are doing the upasana. And on the right side, Dakshina Pakshaha, start seeing Rug Veda. All the mantras that are indicated in the Rug mantra, which is also equally important Upanishad, there. On the left side, start seeing the Sama mantras, Uttara Pakshaha. In the middle portion, all the Vedic injunctions, all the commandments that we use in all our Vedic rituals, in the middle. And why are we using Atharva Angirasa Pucham Pratishta? Atharva Veda mantras, please continue to please keep your eyes closed and start seeing, is those given by, revealed by Atharva Angirasa Rishihi. Atharva Angirasa Pucham Pratishta. You are seeing in the bottom portion, you are doing the Upasana of the Atharvana Veda, because these are called the supports. Continue to keep your eyes closed. Why is it called support? For us to become both professionally successful, get things in the material world, and also for all around moksas, artha, kama, moksha. For all things we need health, wealth, and peace of mind. We need that. So please start doing the meditation, upasana on the bottom portion, Atharva Angirasa. Why Atharva Angirasa? It is given by Atharva and Angirasa Rishihi. It is called support because Pucham Pratishta. Why is it support? It is the support which is required for all our both materialistic progress and the spiritual progress. Okay. Again, I will chant these mantras again. Tasya yajure vashiraha, seat. Rukdakshina pakshaha, sama uttara pakshaha, adesha atma, atharvangirasa pucham pratishta. All right. Okay, open your eyes. That means we are doing on the limited Vishti, the human body, which gave support to the pranamaya, now which is giving support to the manomaya also. But what are we seeing? We are doing the upasana of the samashti. Now the question comes, if you have observed these upasanas, when we did the annamaya kosha upasana, we used the anatomy, shiraha, dakshina, uttara, akshana. When we did the pranamaya kosha, you understand, we all did upasana, the prana, apana, we did that. But now, why are we doing this upasana of these Vedic mantras on this manomaya kosha? This question should come. When we do the upasana on the annamaya, we did on the human body. On the Veshti annamaya, we did samasti. Pranamaya, we saw the various pranas. But when we are doing this here on manomaya, why are we using this what? Vedas. Acharya Shankara gives this beautiful classification. He says the Vedic mantras are given, he says, mananat trayate iti mantraha. We have to get that thought. He says, when can you all, let's say all of you loudly shout, only ladies, you all say pen loudly. Only ladies, tell loudly pen. Now the gents, you are listening? You are listening pen. The moment you listen that pen, what will you see in your mind? The shape of the pen. What the ladies did was, they had the thought of pen that they gave to word symbol, pen. You had pen in the mind and you gave out through a word. And this word entered into the other people, words, and there you got the thought. So, that is why this is a manomaya upasana. This is a very detailed, very, very subtle subject. For manomaya means it is a thought process. For a thought, for them to get thought, you said pen. That is a word. That word gave in them a thought of the pen. So, that is why this is said, sound is a symbol or an expression of thought in the mind. So, we are trying to find out why did we use this Vedic Rigveda, Yajurveda, Atharvana Veda and Vedic injunctions as upasana, because these are at the mental level. These sound of the Vedas indicate some of our thoughts. That is why this clarification is given. So, we have to do this, and then now he says in the last line, Tadapyesha Shloko Bhavati. Means what? This we are familiar. In this context, there is one Tadapi Yesha Shlokaha Bhavati. In this context, there is again Rug mantra. Tadapyesha Shloko Bhavati. This word we are now familiar, no? Everywhere same thing is coming. That means what we have discussed now, there is one Rug mantra. As I said, Taittiriya is a Yajurveda Upanishad. Again he is quoting a Rug mantra. What is that Rug mantra he is quoting? Let us see. This becomes the Anuvaka 4. We will start Anuvaka 4 and then Yato Vacho Nivartante Aprapya Manasa Saha Anandam Brahmano Vidwan Nabibeti Kadachaneti Tasyaisha eva sharira atma Epurvasya. We repeat from beginning. Yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasa saha anandam brahmano vidwan abhiveti kadachaneti tasyaisha eva sharira atma epurvasya. So this is the benefit of this upasana. And what will happen? This stage that one reaches, he says, you will get that experience, yato vachaha nivartante. That means what? When one does this samashti upasana on the Veshti. I hope this concept you are understanding. This upasana, because we can't do samashti upasana. Like we want to do salute the nation, we can't do it. We take a national flag. By saluting the national flag, Veshti, we are saluting the entire nation, and the nation is everywhere. So this concept that is prescribed here is the Panchakosha Viveka, a step-by-step Vikasam. And we says we are doing and now what we must understand is, we will do the Vipassana, and what stage we must understand is, we must see what is called as Vyashti Samashti Aikyam. The key, very, very important thing. Vyashti and Samashti are not different. Like the anatomy, this is, you just look at that. This is easier one we can understand. An individual body is made out of the basic elements. And see in that Virat, the whole universe, Purusha, and see that. So, and ultimately we must see the Vyashti and the Samashti is same. That is the purpose of this Upasana. Vyashti and Samashti are the same. In the Prana Maya and the Samashti Prana is same. And now next stage what we have reached? Manomaya and the Samashti Manaha. The Hiranyagarbha is same. Now when we see that, Vyashti and Samashti Ekyam, and he says, and when you reach that stage, Yata Vachaha Nivartante. Nivrti goes back. Means what? Words cannot express. When you reach that stage, because why words can't express? Words are grasser. A grasser cannot experience or express anything subtler. This stage, Yata Vacha Nivartante, that experience, the Vyashti and Samashti Aikyam that we are experiencing when you do the Upasana, Vachaha, words return. They can't, return means what? They can't express. Words our equipments are limited. The grasser. Grasser cannot even why go so far. Suppose you have pain. You can experience. Can you explain the pain with words? Think. Not possible. Because we have got the limited grass equipment. It can't express. You can experience. It can't express the subtle one. So this stage, yato vacha nivartante, words fail to take off. And aprapya manasa saha. That means this stage is not accessible to our mind also. See, number one, vachaha nivartante. Words cannot express this stage, this experience. After we do the upasana of the Vyashti and Samashti, when this experience you can't, or is an experience of the glorification of the Hiranyagarbha. Every stage you have to experience in all the macro, you must see the macro, the Vyashti, Samashti. And when you do this, these words cannot express. And he says, what are you going to get? Anandam Brahmano Vidwan. Vidwan, not a person with Atma Jnana. Here we have to understand is Anandam Brahmano Vidwan. Vidwan means Upasaka. Those of us who do the Upasana, we have done the third stage of Upasana. Those who have done this Upasana sincerely, and you will be able to experience that Hiranyagarbha Ananda, that Ananda you are going to get, because you are going to experience the Vyashti and the Samasti, and that is something that you can't express through words, that cannot be felt by the mind, because it is something which is deeper than the body and the mind. And now, what happens is, Anando Brahmana Vibban na bibeti kadachana iti. What did we say in the beginning? When you say iti, mantra, stop. We are now quoting what? Rug mantra, which is indicated in our Yajurveda Upanishad. And it started with up to here. Tadepesha shlokaha bhavati. He says, now yato vata till we kadachana iti. Na bibheti kadachana iti. That means one who does this upasana, there is an assurance from this Taittiriya Upanishad, you will not have any fear. How many of you want to be fearless? Do this upasana. You will not be afraid of anything in this universe. There are some people who are not afraid of anything, but afraid of their wife or husband. Even that fear also will go. No fear of anything. This, because, if you understand, our fear is because of our improper understanding, our limitation. When you are doing, this is a very, very scientific process, when you are doing the upasana, the micro, then you will not have any fear, because in this stage of Hiranyagarbha, Upanishad says there is total highest security, and your life also, Hiranyagarbha's life is like a Brahma. It is many, many millions of years of life. You will not be afraid of even Yama also. So, if you do the upasana, this is the benefit. What is the benefit of this upasana? Again, upasana benefit are two. One is sakama, another is nishkama. This entire our Vedic thing, you will say, all the things that we are seeing, you will see two. Sakama, this is a benefit. Nishkama, let us assume that you are a sakami. You are doing this upasana with a desire, then this will happen. What? You will not have any fear. All the fear will go. You will not have any fear, because you will have a highest degree of security if you are having sakama upasana. Suppose you do the same thing with The other one, Nishkama. What will happen? No need to repeat. What is that? Chitta Shuddhi, Chitta Visharata, Chitta Ekagrata. Please understand, this is the whole. So now you have to decide. What do you want? You want small candle you want? Or you want Koti Surya? Simple. Small candle. There is also little light. You will get that. And because by majority of us go only for the candle. Except those people who are in the path of spirituality. All people go to temple, go to church, go to mosque, do all the various pujas, karmas, and even upasanas. What do they do? If I do that, the majority, I would say about 95% of the people, I want this, I want that, I want that. Then, but they say, in Sakama Upasana, it should be done religiously in the way it is told, with no violations, no mantra dosha, and kriya lopa should not be there. If there is a lopa of the mantra or the kriya, you won't get the desire, and it will be counterproductive. The danger is there. That statutory warning is given. If you do the upasana, Sakama Upasana, if there is if you have to give so many bricks only, in this shape only, that those very, very strict, if it is followed strictly with no dosha in the mantra and the kriya, then you will get what? Sakama. So here you will get rid of the fear. But what do we want? Do you want a small candle or Koti Surya? I want that supreme Parabrahman, and for that I become eligible. I become eligible because I will have Chitta Shuddhi, Chitta Visharata, Chitta Ekagrata. And next it will continue, Tasya Esha Eva Sharira Atma Yap Purvasya. So please understand, each step of Upasana, now we had been doing Upasana of the Mana. We saw the Samashti Mana. We saw Mana as Samashti Manaha as Atman. But now he says, Tasya Esha Sharira Atma. This Manomaya becomes a Sharira. And there is something indweller in that. Again read the koshas. Pancha kosha. Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya. Like a sword in a sheath, assume different sheaths. Inside, now we have come to the third stage, Manomaya. Manomaya, we saw it as a Atman. We do the Upasana. But now we see that Manomaya itself is a sheath. Are you understanding? Please see the concept of sheath. Inside there is something. Inside there is something. First Annamaya. We saw it as Anna as Atman. Then we found Manomaya was there. And then Manomaya we saw it as Man. Then we found it is Anatma, Mithya. Then we found Mano. Mana we saw it as the Atman. And then we found out Mano, that itself is again three. What is that? Anatma, Karyatva, Mithya. It is again non-existent from the standpoint of that supreme reality. And now he says, Tasya Yesha Eva Sharira Atma Yap Purvasya. This becomes what? Manomaya becomes Sharira. And inside that is something inside subtler. That we will see in the next class. So we have gone 3 steps. It will slowly do the meditation. This is a fantastic technique. This Brahmanandavalli is the depth. It cannot be matched with anything else. But of course, those of us who have gone through the Shikshavalli, do the various upasanas, become eligible. And we saw in the beginning of this Upanishad, what did we saw? We saw the first one, what we saw them. And then we have the elaborate commentary, and then we are seeing the detailed commentary. Okay? And then we will see in the next class when we meet. We continue. We got 5 minutes. We will leave it to you. What question? Because she wants 5 minutes. We'll close it, close the Shanti Mat, and then take questions. after this or before?
Now,
Okay. Questions, please. Any questions on this upasana?
you imagine all the Vedas. That means you should know the Vedas to imagine the mantras.
Mantras. We have to. If we understand this, they are indicative of Vedic mantras. It is enough. But Vedic mantras, they are words, but there is a thought. Expression is words, but they have subtle inputs which can be seen as thoughts, but much beyond the thoughts. That is why we see it as a, we did the upasana of the various Vedas on Manomaya.
How to do this upasana step by step?
Ah.
At the one step, there is a do all the three together one by one.
But it requires time because slow process, It's sudden is not possible. We have to go. Our mind initially is very, very gross. In the beginning, if you tell the mind, think of even subtle things, it is difficult. So there is a technique in Vedanta called teach the people from known to unknown. For example, we are going to see what is happening in the body, number one, and what is happening in the universe. Actually, the Vedic days, there was no form of God. Where was Rama, Krishna, Shiva? Nothing was there. If you see in the Vedic mantras, there was no worship to an idol, to a form. What did we see? We saw inside the body itself is one upasana. We saw here this technique, no? Inside here we are seeing Annamaya Kosha and Veshti. And prana inside, prana enveloping everything. Here Manas and Samashti Manaha. And this technique is used so that it is taking us slowly from grosser to subtler to subtler to subtler. And upasana, actually in this Manomaya Kosha also, upasana we did on the human form only. Shiraha, Dakshina Paksha, Uttara Paksha, I am Atma. That is slowly taking us from the grosser to subtler to subtler to subtler, and then finally we become fit and there is no more instructions. We have to sit and realize.
Self-experience.
Atma Gyan, yes, yes. Amma.
You said Chitta Nirodha.
Chitta,
Chitta Visharada.
Chitta Shuddhi, Chitta Visharata, Chitta Ekagrata. Chitta Shuddhi means mind is full of disturbances. Ding, 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 ding is happening. That is called Mala. Mala, like the dirt on the body, dirt in the mind is the disturbance in the mind. That mind, the disturbance will go, mind will become calmer. It's called Chitta Shuddhi. Chitta Visharata, this upasana, when I am seeing inside this whole universe, not of this earth, not of our solar system, we have to see the whole. This, after all, first this country, the earth, the entire solar system. No, the millions and trillions of solar systems, everything is that. We saw how the creation happened from him. There was only one thing present, and from then we got, from there this creation happened, and now we are seeing that whole thing in the Veshti. Samashti we must understand, not of the earth, not of our solar system, but the millions and trillion systems together, that entire thing is, the moment, now we are very narrow. Look at this, we are now thinking of this Bangalore, Karnataka bigger, India bigger, then whole Asia bigger, and whole earth, 2/3 water, 1/3 land, whole land is only 1/3, and that is our earth. Our earth is only insignificant. There are other planets of our on the solar system. And then our solar system is huge. Out of the solar system, our earth is not even one speck of dust. Isn't it? This. And this Our solar system is not even a speck of dust in the whole Brahmanda. When we start seeing, our mind becomes broader. This is called Chitta Visharada. And then, no disturbance, mind is broad, we get Eka Agra, Ekagata. That makes us become fit.
What do we mean by collecting Yajurveda on the Shira and
Yajurveda, and they say Yajurveda mantra is a pradhana mantra for doing homas. You see, those who practice Rug and Yajurveda, the Yajurvedis, they use more of homa. Not that there is a homa pradhana, and that havis is offered there, and that offering of the havis is predominant in the yajna. That is in the Yajurveda, so they keep it on the head. Nothing, not that anything is less.
but how do we do this Vipassana?
How do you visualize? We have to only start seeing, we can't conceive all the Yajurveda mantras. We just visualize all the Veda, Yajurveda complete, start visualizing. It is difficult to conceive, but we have to conceive. That means all the Vedas are here. But not are here. The Samashti Vedas, we are meditating on a form. Like the way we see the Samashti country in a flag, Samashti Vedas, close our eyes and see Rigveda, Yajurveda, Samveda, and we can't be chanting all the mantras. Time is up. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu